Welcome student to my channel BioTutor. Today I have come with an interesting part of animal physiology, that is neural coordination. Actually, coordination is of two types. One is neural coordination and another is chemical coordination. In case of chemical coordination, here some chemical secretions, that means hormones, are involved. Okay, they will be secreting from some endocrine glands. I told you that, and from there it will be reaching to their target organs or different target organs for doing their activities. But in case of neural coordination, here nerve impulse or stimulus, which will be in the form of some electric impulse, will be passing from one organ to another. Okay, they will make one connection in different organs and they will perform their function. That's why it is known as neural coordination. Okay, so while we are discussing the neural coordination, we have to know the two types of neural coordination. Okay, it has two types. First one is neuron and second one is glial cells. Okay, neuron means this is nerve cells or nerve tissues, and glial cells or neuroglia. Clear? So neuron is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. Okay, different neurons, it will be forming the basic structure, and all different neurons will forming the basic structure and they will perform their functions. They will just transmit the electric impulse. That means they will take the stimulus or any agent from environment and they will give the response by transmitting it in the form of different kinds of electric impulse. Clear? So this is the neuron. Clear? Now I am showing you the structure of neuron and its function of its different parts. Okay. First of all, I am just telling the neuron is made of different subparts. Dendron, cyton, next one is axon and axon terminals, and some small button-like structures are present. These are known as terminal knobs. This is the picture of one neuron. It is also known as structural and functional unit of nervous system. Okay, I have drawn this picture for describing the structure and function of this part. Okay, the first part, which is looking like a star, it is known as cyton or the perikaryon. Okay, and here the small branches are present. The small branches are known as dendrites, which is collectively known as dendron. So, what is the function of this portion? The cellular portion, cyton, it contains different types of organelles except centrosome, because the function of the centrosome to initiate, because centrosome is present in animal cell and it helps to initiate and regulate the cell division by forming spindle fiber. But here centrosome is absent. That's why if there is any damage or injury in this cell, it will not be produced again. It won't be divided again. So this is the main characteristic feature of the cyton or cellular part. But here cytoplasm is present and some granular structures are also present. These granular structures are known as nasal granules. Okay, it is made of ribonucleoprotein. Clear? So it is involved with the formation of ribosome also. And here other organelles also present, nucleus is also present, but centrosome is absent. Mitochondria are present, other organelles are present except centrosome. That another one, here some small branches are present. These are known as dendrites, which is collectively known as dendron. Okay, these are short process and it will be not covering with any kind of membrane. Clear? After that, here another portion is present that is known as Axon Hillock. Okay, That means from here axon is originating. Okay, and this axon part, there is one basic difference between this axon and this dendron. What is that? Dendron is the short process and axon is the long process of this neuron. Okay, and here in case of dendron there is no covering, but in axon there are different types of coverings are present. Okay, first one which is present just outside the axon, it is known as axolemma. Clear? After that another portion, another membrane is present here which acts as an insulator. It is known as myelin sheath. And another covering is present here also, that is known as neurolemma. Okay, here one cell is present. This is known as Schwann cell. So, three types of coverings are present in axon. First one I told you, axolemma. Second one is myelin sheath. This one, the innermost second portion. And the third portion is known as neurolemma. Here one cell is present, that is known as Schwann cell. Okay. So, what is the function of this myelin sheath? It acts as an insulator. Okay. It prevents the mixing of nerve impulse. Clear? But here you can see one gap is present. That means here myelin sheath is absent. Okay. This part where myelin sheath is absent, it is known as node of Ranvier. Node of Ranvier. Here I have drawn this picture separately. Here some gaps are present. These are known as nodes of Ranvier. Okay. And nodes of Ranvier, I told you that it prevents the mixing of nerve impulse. That means here the nerve impulse will be passing like rhythmic condition. Here where the gap is present, there it will be, it conducts the impulse from one gap to another. That means one nodes of Ranvier to another. But it cannot pass through this myelin sheath because it acts as an insulator. Okay. So, this the process by which the nerve impulse will be passing in this way by jumping or by rhythmic condition, that is also known as saltatory conduction. The conduction of nerve impulse like rhythmic condition is known as saltatory conduction. That means from one node of Ranvier to another portion. Clear? Now I am discussing the function of this portion, dendron. Dendron takes the impulse from another neuron, that means presynaptic neuron, and then it passes this impulse or conducts this impulse to this portion that's been cyton. Okay, and from this cyton it will be passing through the axon. And here axon, here some terminal branches are present. These are known as terminal nerve. Some bulb-like structures will be present here. That is known as terminal nerve. And the terminal portion of this axon is also known as axon terminals. Okay. And from here, this terminal nerve, one kind of chemical substance will be secreting. That is known as neurotransmitter. Okay. Neurotransmitter. That means this chemical substance helps to pass the nerve impulse from one neuron to another in the form of electric impulse. Clear? So, this is here another structure of synapse. What is synapse? Clear? Two neurons, there are one meeting point or one point of contact of two neurons. Presynaptic another one, and the next neuron is known as postsynaptic neuron. So, while the impulse is passing, it will be passing from one neuron to another neuron. And here one neurosecretory neurotransmitter or chemical substance which will be secreted from this terminal nerve helps to pass the nerve impulse from presynaptic neuron to another neuron. Okay. So, the point of contact in between two neurons, that means one neuron is ending and another neuron is starting. This point is known as synapse, or this gap is known as synaptic cleft. And here the nerve impulse will be passing from one neuron to another in dissolved condition, and neurotransmitter will be helping this one for transmitting the impulse. Okay, clear? Now I am discussing the types of neuron on the basis of the process or poles, and another on the basis of the function. So first one on the basis of the process, first one is apolar. Apolar means negative. That means it has no axon, no dendron. Only cyton or cellular portion is present. That is known as apolar. A means negative. Clear? And here these types of nerves we can see here: adrenal medulla. Okay, postsynaptic neuron of sympathetic nervous system, adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla is one kind of endocrine gland. From here some hormones are secreted. From here these kinds of apolar neuron, that these are the adrenaline, norepinephrine, these are known as also the neurohormones. That means from here we can see this apolar neuron. Okay, second one is unipolar. Unipolar means, that means uni means one, that means it has one pole, one branch. That means only axon is present, not dendron. Okay, they are known as unipolar neuron. Unipolar neuron we can see in trigeminal nerves. Not only there, we can see also in some cases of some invertebrates and lower classes of animals, invertebrates, and in some other embryonic stem cells we can see that this is the unipolar nerves. Okay, second one is bipolar. Bi means two. That means it has both longer process and shorter process. That means both dendron and axons both are present. They are known as bipolar neurons, and bipolar neurons we can see in some parts. That is where we can see here the retinal cells where image is found in eye. Clear? So these are the bipolars. And the last one is multipolar. That means multiple branches of dendrons are present, and also axon is present. That is multipolar. Multipoles are present. Okay, multipolar branches we can see in the spinal motor nerves. And on the basis of the function, here also some types. First one is sensory neuron. Sensory means they are taking the sensation or stimulus from with the help of their receptor. Receptors, example of receptors are skin. They are taking this impulse and they will be passing this one to other part in spinal cord. Okay, spinal cord is under the central nervous system. Here another neuron is there, that is association or intermediate neuron. It is making one connection in between sensory and motor neuron. Okay, they are taking the impulse from sensory neuron and passing it to the another part, that is the motor neuron. And last one is motor neuron. They will take the impulse from association neuron or spinal cord and they will be passing this impulse to the effector muscles. Okay, so these are classified. These have been classified on the basis of the function, and already I told you on the basis of the process they have different types. First one is apolar, second one is unipolar, third one is bipolar, and fourth one is multipolar. Another kind is also present there, that is pseudopolar. This one I have not told you, but it is also included here because one branch is present, but it is pseudo means false. That means two branches are present here, and here the cyton, they will be passing through the cyton or cell body. It has no poles, but it is looking like some poles. That's why it is known as pseudopolar. Okay, pseudopolar. Here we can see, here the pseudopolar nerves we can see in dorsal root of ganglion of spinal nerves. Okay, so here I have told you the functions. And another one here, the origin of neuron and glial cells. Okay, they are originated by differentiation and proliferations of embryonic stem cells through some steps. First one, embryonic or stem cells will be differentiated and proliferated will be in the next part, that is the progenitor cells, and they will be also proliferated and differentiated into the another part, that means either glial cells or neuron cells. Okay, so now I am discussing the another types of neural coordination. These are the glial cells. Okay, glial cells have different functions. They can provide nutrition to the nerve cells. Okay, they are involved with the formation of myelin sheath of neuron, and they are also involved with the removing of the waste product by the process of phagocytosis. That's why glial cells are also known as supporting cells. So what are glial cells? They are the supportive type of cells. Supportive cells or supportive tissues. Okay. So first one, I'm telling you the classification of glial cells. First one is astroglia. Astro means star. That means the first one will be looking like a stars. They are known as astroglia. Okay. This astroglia, what is the function of astroglia? They are involved with providing nutrition to the nerve cells or neuron. Okay. Second one is oligodendroglia. Okay, here some different cell bodies are present and cytons, and here some branches are also present, oligodendroglia. They are involved with the formation of myelin sheath of neuron, which this myelin sheath acts as an insulator. I told you that. And the third one is microglia. It is also known as scavenger cell. What is the function of scavenger? They will just clean the space, okay, by removing any types of dead materials or waste products. So here the same functions are performed by microglial cells. They are involved with removing any kinds of waste product by the process of phagocytosis by forming phagosomes. Okay, that's why it is known as also scavenger cell. These are under another type, that is microglia. Clear? Now I am telling you three types of nerve tract or nerves. At first I am telling what are nerves. Nerves means axon fibers, that is the longer process of neuron. Axon fibers, which are collectively known as nerve, they will be enclosed by some medullary shape. Clear? And here I am coming to another things, that is nerve tract. What are nerve tract? Nerve tract means a bundle of nerve axon fibers which will be enclosed in, which will be present in a group in one kinds of nervous system, that is known as central nervous system. Central nervous system, here brain and spinal cords are involved. Here that is, so what are nerve tracts? A bundle of axon fibers which are present in the central nervous system. They are known as nerve tract. Okay. They have also some types: endoneurium, perineurium, and epineurium. Okay, endoneurium. Okay, and if individual nerve fiber, individual axon will be surrounded by some connective tissue, that is known as endoneurium. Okay, second one is, I have told you, perineurium. Here what are the function? They will just surround one kind of connective tissue. They will surround a bundle of fibers, nerve fibers. Okay, and the third one is epineurium. They will be surrounding they are also made of connective tissue, and they will also surround a full nerve tract. Okay, so these are, we can also take them under the histology of nerve tract, because here some connective tissues are involved. That's what I'm telling you. So today I have just completed this part. Next time I will come with the other part, that is the human nervous system. Thank you, students.